Welcome back to Local 5 Live. Prices are on the rise for everything these days, and that includes the cost of long-term care.
Roughly 70% of persons over the age 65 will need long-term care at some point. So to discuss your long-term care costs, Abigail with Hooper Law Office, planning ahead a bit. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Abigail.
So what can a person expect to spend on long-term care costs in our local area?
Sure. So at-home care, which can either be the least expensive option for families all the way to the most expensive, we typically see that billed hourly at the cost of like $30 an hour, maybe $35 an hour. Once someone would go into a facility, typically that is going to be an assisted living facility where they start to access some level of care services. That's already more like $4,500 a month.
Wow.
For those costs. Memory care, which is a more expensive level of assisted living, typically is $6,000 to $8,000 a month, and skilled nursing, which is kind of our typical understanding of a nursing home, is more like $10,000 to $12,000 a month.
Okay. That's sticker shock. So how do people usually cover these costs?
Sure. So when someone's looking to cover care costs, firstly, you should just look at your income. If your income is alone is enough to afford a cost like that, that's a great place to be. That's not a position that everyone is in. So then you just kind of look at, well, what have I saved? And when you look at that shortfall difference, how long would that last? If someone has, Bill Gates level assets, they're not worried about potentially spending those down on care. However, for individuals who don't have that type of income and assets, long-term care insurance is a great option if you're able to get that. Otherwise, there are certain benefits, both with the VA and Medicaid, that do help to pay for long-term care if you qualify for those.
I know in the past you've mentioned the importance of controlling how and where a person receives care. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Absolutely. So obviously we want to be paying something to get good quality care. And if your care needs change or something with that facility changes, having funds available to allow you to move, to find maybe a different level of care, just allows you more control and choice in the quality of care that you receive. So that way, if you're unhappy with something, you can move. Otherwise, a lot of people, they spend and spend down till they're on certain benefits, and then they don't have a choice but to stay, even if they're not receiving the quality of care that they would like.
So when should we start planning for covering long-term care costs?
We typically recommend looking to plan for care costs 3 to 5 years before someone would need care, because that's a look-back period for different types of benefits.
Can your team also help us protect other assets? Say we do set aside the right amount, but we want to make sure that we have a legacy for our family or things that are important to us. Can you help us make sure that some of that money is able to be left in a legacy?
Absolutely. Legacy planning is a big part of what we do, whether it's for a specific property that's important, family farm, family cabin, or just, again, to be able to pass something down to the next generation. Even if you did need to go into a nursing home, that is absolutely something we can help with.